For this crochet project, you'll be using medium weight yarn in the colors that you want, a 2.75 millimeter crochet hook, a yarn needle, a pair of scissors, some plastic safety eyes. I'm using 7 millimeter eyes for my doll, and also some fiberfill stuffing. For the panda's arms, we're going to start off with the magic ring. Inside the ring, you're going to insert 5 single crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then you're going to pull your ring tight to cinch it up. When you start on the next round, round 2, you're just going to single crochet around, like so. Insert into the first stitch. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And at this point, what you can do is kind of push your piece so that your right side is facing out and the wrong side is facing in. All right. And just keep working along. We just did 2 rounds, and we're going to go up to 4 rounds. For round 3 and 4, you're also going to repeat round 2, which is simply to single crochet around. So here I'm going to insert my hook into the first stitch and just single crochet around. 1, 2, 3, 4, oops. Excuse me, I think I missed something here. Let me start over this entire round. Sorry about that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. And last round, also single crochet around for a total of 5 stitches. Okay, and once you have that, just fasten off with a bit of a tail. This way you can sew your piece to the doll's body. What you'll want to do is pull on the yarn tail here and pull the starting yarn tail through the arm so that you can hide it inside. And that's that for the little arm. You're going to be making 2 of these for the panda. Start off with the magic ring. You're going to insert 6 single crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 single crochets inside of the magic ring. Pull your yarn tail, the starting yarn tail, tightly so that you cinch up your ring. And then you're going to basically just single crochet around for the next 3 rounds. So for round 2 to round 4, just single crochet 6 all the way around. I just finished round 2 and I'm going to kind of push my piece so that the right side faces out. Here I pushed it inside out and keep my magic ring cinched tightly. Okay, now to keep going, for round 3, single crochet around. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And last round, round 4, single crochet around. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And that's that for the little leg. You're just going to fasten off with a long enough tail for sewing later. And you see the starting yarn tail hanging out here? We're just going to pull that in through a stitch in the leg so that you can hide it inside. All right, and that's that for a little leg. For the body, what you'll do is start off with the magic ring, and you're going to insert 6 single crochets into the ring. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then you're going to tighten your magic ring, pulling on the yarn tail here. After you do that, you're going to start on round 2. Round 2 is going to be increase all the way around. So in the very first stitch, you're going to increase by inserting 2 single crochets in the same stitch. That's 2. And then increase in the next 5 stitches as well. So increase in this 3rd stitch, increase in this 4th stitch. Oops. Then you're going to increase, let me pull yarn here. Okay. Increase in the 5th stitch. And in the 6th stitch. All right, and that's that for round number 2. Checking to make sure I have 12 stitches here. Okay, great. So that's round 2. For round 3, you're going to single crochet and increase all the way around. And what I'm doing here is I'm going to start using the yarn tail as a stitch marker. Of course, you can use an actual stitch marker, but just for ease, I'm going to stick my yarn tail here to keep track of where I'm starting my round. So for this first stitch, you're just going to single crochet, and in the next stitch, you're going to insert an increase. That's 2 stitches. Next one, single crochet. Next one, increase. Repeat this around with a single crochet and then an increase. A single crochet and then an increase. Single crochet and increase. Single crochet and increase. All right, and that's that for round number 3. After that, we can start on round 4. You're going to single crochet twice and then increase for round 4. So single crochet in the first stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, and increase in the following. Let's do that again. single crochet, single crochet, increase. Repeat, single crochet, increase. Single crochet, increase. All right, so that's that for round number 4. For round number 5, and actually all the way to round 8, you're just going to single crochet around. So instead of doing any increases, you're just going to insert 1 single crochet in each stitch around. I'll show you what that looks like for this very next round. So let's do round 5. That's single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, and you're repeating that all the way around. Nice and easy. No worrying about increases or counting. You should have a total of 24 stitches though when you finish round 4 and round 5. All right, so as you can see, I single crocheted all the way around this, this circle I have here, and you're going to be repeating that for the next few rounds, and go up to round 8, just single crocheting around. All right, we'll meet back after round 8. Here I have just finished round 8 of the body, and now it's a pretty good time to attach the legs because in the next couple rounds I'll be decreasing, and so the opening of the body is going to get smaller and smaller, and I like to keep it easy and wide to be able to see where I sew the pieces on. So I'm going to go ahead and attach the legs in a way so that the panda can sit upright by himself. Of course, you can also attach it right to the bottom part of the body if you want it to be in more of a standing position, but I'm going to have mine sit. All right, so what I like to do is to make sure that where I start the round is the back side of the doll, because when I start the round and do the color change for the next couple rounds, it's going to look more obvious where I change the color in the back. So now let's go ahead and attach the little legs here. I think I want one on this side and one right about here. All right, and once you're happy with the location, go ahead and stick it through. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. I think I want it somewhere over here. And you'll notice your leg also has an extra little yarn tail piece. This is from the starting yarn tail. You can either push it into the hole of the leg, or you can go ahead and pull it through the body. So for me, I'm going to try and actually push it into the leg hole because then my leg can look a little chubbier. All right. No stuffing needed, just use the little yarn tail. Okay, and then I'm going to insert my needle through again and basically sew on this piece. Right, so here, as you can see, I've just sewn on the little panda's leg, and it's nice and sturdy now on the body. And the way I have it out is going to help support my panda's body weight and help him sit upright. You're just going to repeat on the other side with the other leg. I'm going to go ahead and sew that on, and then we'll meet back to crochet the last 2 rounds of the body. All right, here I have just finished attaching the 2 legs by sewing, and we're going to go ahead and continue on rounds 9 and 10 of the body. For round 9 and 10, you're going to go ahead and use gray yarn. So I'm going to switch over now. And for a more seamless change, you can go ahead and go and undo part of the last stitch, and instead of pulling through with white, pull through with the new color to join. So I'm going to do that, pull through with gray, and now what I'm going to do is single crochet 2 and decrease all the way around. So that means in the first stitch I'm going to do a normal single crochet, second stitch, single crochet, and then third stitch I'm going to decrease. Now you can do your regular decrease stitch if you want. I'm going to demonstrate an invisible decrease here instead, so that makes the decreases look more seamless. What you're going to do is insert your hook into the front loop of the first stitch, insert your hook into the front loop of the second stitch, like so, and then you're going to yarn over, pull through both of those loops, and then single crochet. And let's go ahead and repeat around. So you're going to single crochet twice, 1, 2, and then you're going to decrease. So for the invisible decrease, again, go through only the front loop of the 2 stitches that you want to decrease into. Yarn over, pull through both of those front loops, yarn over, and single crochet like normal. Let's keep it going. Single crochet twice and decrease. And you're going to do this all the way around. Remember to snip off the white yarn as you work a little bit through so that you're not fiddling around with 2 different yarn balls. All right, so let me just keep working here with 2 single crochets and then a decrease. Two single crochets and a decrease. Last repetition, 2 single crochets and a decrease. And in the next round, what you'll do is you're going to single crochet and decrease all the way around for for round number 10. So here's what it's going to look like. Single crochet and decrease, single crochet and decrease, single crochet and decrease, oops, okay, that one I did wrong because I must have snagged my yarn over there. Alright, and work through with the single crochets and the decreases. At the very end of this round, you're going to have a nice little color change to show where the top of the upper body is. And you'll go ahead and fasten off with a long tail. You're going to use that for sewing to the head. Stuff your piece, and we're going to go ahead and attach the arms to the sides. As you attach the arms, you'll want to match it up with the direction of the body. So if I have the legs sticking out here, I know this must be the center between the legs. And I want to squish the piece so that I make sure the arms come out on both sides properly matched up with the legs. So I'm going to do the first arm on this side here. And I can see that this is going to be the very, if I fold the piece in half, it's going to be on the very edge of the half. So I'm going to pull through, and I will secure this arm with a couple of stitches here. A lot of my amigurumi designs are minimal sew or no sew, and this is an exception. I did want to create some designs that were beginner friendly and involved sewing, just because some people have shared that they're not comfortable with doing fancy join techniques as they're starting out. So this is perfect for those who are, just working on the basic single crochet, magic ring, increases and decreases. This is very much a nice and easy project for that. So there you have it. After you secure the first arm on, you pretty much just do the other one the same way. And again, attach it to line up with the legs. and I am sewing the arms very close to the top of the round. That way it will have sort of a more cute and squished look. Now, after you sew on both arms, you're going to go ahead and stuff the body. For the ear, we're going to start off with the magic ring. In the magic ring, you're going to insert 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then you're going to pull your ring tightly so that you cinch it closed. And for round 2, you're going to single crochet and increase all the way around. That's going to be 3 times around. So in the first stitch, you're just going to single crochet. In the second stitch, you're going to increase. Repeat, so single crochet and then increase. And last repetition, single crochet and increase. Then you're going to kind of flip your ear so that the right side is facing out. And at the end of this piece, you can actually insert your hook into the next stitch and do a slip stitch and fasten off from there. You're going to want to fasten off with a bit of a yarn tail so that you can use it for sewing onto the head later. All right. And of course, remember to pull in the starting yarn tail that's poking out. So I'm going to simply use my crochet hook here to pull this starting yarn tail through. And you're going to hide that inside of the head when you pull these pieces in. All right, that's that for the little ear. Go ahead and make 2 of these for the panda's head. For the head, you're going to work from round 1 to round 4 using the gradual increases. It's going to be the same as the body. Round 1, 6 stitches. Round 2, you increase to 12. Round 3, 18. And round 4, 24. So if you want to see those directions step by step, check back in the body section. Round 5 of the head is going to increase once more. So you're going to single crochet 3. 1, 2, 3. And in the next stitch, you're going to increase. So here I am putting 2 single crochets in the same stitch. Let's go around and repeat that another 5 times. So single crochet 3, and then an increase. Single crochet 3, and an increase. Keep going, single crochet 3, and an increase. And last repetition, single crochet 3, and an increase. Oops, hold on, I think I miscounted here. So I need 1 more repetition to finish off this round. So single crochet 3 more. 1, 2, 3, and then an increase. So since you repeat that 6 times around, you're going to end up with 30 stitches all the way around for round number 5. And then for round 6, 7, and 8, you're simply going to single crochet around without any increases or decreases. So here's what it'll look like. By the way, I just switched my yarn tail up to start here so I can see the start of the round better. But go ahead and use a stitch marker if you have stitch markers instead. So, all right, so let's work around, single crochet in each of the stitches here. And we're gonna meet back at the end of round 8 after you single crochet around for these few rounds, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and sew the ears on now. I've got one ear here, and what you can do is kind of position it onto the head to see where you would want it to go. I think I'd like it right around here to the side of the head. Yeah, that looks about right. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick my yarn needle through. And there's nothing fancy with how I sew my pieces on. I just go stitch by stitch, take it slow, and remember to look at the whole piece and align everything. So I'm pulling this yarn tail in so it's not in my way. And let's go ahead and sew this little ear on. Right, so there you have it. That's one ear on the head. Go ahead and sew the other ear, and then we'll meet back to continue the head. All right, so here is the panda with the 2 ears sewn on, and we're going to continue working on the head here. As you can see, it's kind of a horror show on the inside of my panda with all the sewing and the knots. So let's go ahead and work along to crochet the next round for the head. We're now on round 9, and for round 9 we're going to do a little bit of an increase. We're going to single crochet 9 and then increase, and we're going to do that 3 times around. So here's how it'll look. 1, 2, 3, oops. Sorry about that, that was awkward. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And here I'm going to increase in the next stitch. Then I'm going to repeat 2 more times, so that's single crochet 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and an increase. And last repetition, we're going to single crochet 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and increase. All right. And for the next round, you're simply going to just single crochet around. That's going to be a total of 33 stitches. Insert 1 single crochet in each stitch. Alright, so now that you've single crocheted around 33 times, we're going to begin our decreases. For this next round, round 11, we're going to single crochet 9 and then decrease 3 times around. Here's what it'll look like. Single crochet 9 first. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and in the next 2 stitches you're going to decrease. You can use a regular decrease if you want, or I'm going to demonstrate the invisible decrease here. So that's putting your hook into the front loops of the next 2 stitches, yarning over, pulling through both of those loops, and single crochet. And you can continue on the repetition, so 9 single crochets. And then you're going to decrease, so insert your hook into the front loops of the next 2 stitches, pull through, and single crochet. And let's keep going for our last repetition. 9 single crochets. And in the front loops, we're going to simply insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and decrease. All right. For round 10, excuse me, we're on round 11. So round 12 of the pattern, we're going to decrease again. We're going to single crochet 3 and decrease 6 times around. So single crochet 3, that's 1, 2, 3, and decrease. Continue onwards. 1, 2, 3, and decrease. And continue. All right, once you have that down, you'll notice that your bear's head is starting to curve inwards, and you'll see where the cheeks are poking out. What you'll do next is insert the plastic safety eyes into the head before the opening gets too small. So now's a good time to go ahead and put the plastic eyes in. All right, so I've decided on a spot for my bear's ears. You're gonna go down to the part between round 8 and round 9, starting from the top. That's round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So right between 8 and 9. And I have decided to put the eyes about 6 stitches apart. So if you count the stitches over, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So here, you can use your hook to kind of check the placement first before putting the eyes in. You can also use like the sewing pins to insert in and check placement as well. Now, I'm using 7mm eyes. You can use bigger or smaller ones depending on what you prefer. And after you get that in, you're going to fasten off you're going to add the backings. So let me get a couple here to put on. One backing here. And Once you've got that down, you're going to go ahead and continue with round number 13 on the body, on the head. And for round 13, all you're going to do is decrease all the way around. So for this section, you can continue to use the invisible double crochet if you want, but I find it easier to use the regular, not double crochet, decrease. I find it easier to use the regular decrease because if I'm decreasing for every stitch, the invisible decrease gets a little bit fiddly. So, but it's up to you as to what you want to do, which type of decrease you want to use, I mean. So here we're just going to decrease 12 all the way around. So going from 24 stitches down to 12. Here's my first decrease. Decrease again, going into both of the next 2 stitches. Decrease 3 times here. And all the way around. I'm so sorry for my squeaky hook. I'm not sure how to stop it from squeaking. Alright, and once you've decreased all the way around, you'll notice your panda's head has really scrunched in for this last round. And that's pretty much it. You can go ahead and fasten off now, and you're going to use the long yarn tail from the body that we fasten off with to sew onto the head. So you're not going to need a long yarn tail for this part. You can just fasten off with a short tail and weave in. You can finish up some facial details on your panda by giving him a little mouth or a nose. I'm going to just make a simple inverted V shape for my panda here. This is to kind of give it a hint of a mouth shape. After you finish sewing the details, you can go ahead and stuff your panda's head with some fiber fill. I find it helpful to use some sort of tool, such as the back of a crochet hook. You can also use wooden chopsticks, or plastic chopsticks, really. You can use your fingers too. I think this project's a little small for my fat fingers, so I gotta use this crochet hook here. And one tip is, as you're pushing the stuffing in, kind of round out the cheek of your panda, as you can see me doing with the crochet hook. This will give it a nice finishing look, because you want the cheeks to look nice and protruded, kind of pushed out. So there we have it. There's the little panda's head finished with stuffing. And we can go ahead and sew the body to the head using the body's long yarn tail. For sewing the head, make sure you match up the stitches. So here I am starting off from the back of the body. So I want to go into a stitch in the very back of the head and have it line with the eyes to make sure it's about the right location. And as you work around, since the opening of the head is 12 single crochets and the opening of the body is also 12 single crochets, you're simply going to match it up stitch for stitch. Once you finish sewing the head to the body, you'll be all done with your cute little panda doll, and you'll be able to sit him up as he has tiny little legs that keeps him, in place. We'll need a bit of a balancing trick though. There we go. Now, you can also finish this project off by adding some blush powder to the little cheeks if you want. You can check out the link in the description box below for how I add blush to my dolls using blush powder and a Q-tip. And I hope you had a fun time crocheting this little guy. So make sure to check out the free written pattern on my blog if you haven't already. The instructions will be helpful as you crochet along with this video. Thanks so much for watching and have a good one. Bye! One last thing I wanted to follow up with is if you have an Instagram, please do post your panda on Instagram and tag me at Sweet Softies so that I can see it and show it some love. Thank you so much for watching and take care. Bye now!